Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're here in the in-home studio, trying to get out to the range as soon as I can. It's killing me. But today, we have another gun in for review from a favorite local gun shop. This is the Smith & Wesson 442 Airweight. It is the no-lock model, as you can see here. Now, several years ago, if you go back in my videos, you'll see that I had one very similar to this. The one I had was the Pro Series. So instead of saying Airweight right there, it said Pro Series. The gun is unloaded. Main difference that I can tell between this gun and the Pro Series is this one is not cut from moon clips. The Pro Series was. There are a few pros with that, no pun intended. I don't know of any cons other than the additional price. To having moon clips. It did make ejection easier. Not that I've ever had a huge issue with these. In the worst case scenario, you do that, can spin the cylinder a little bit, push it again, or just reach out, grab the empty brass. But the Pro Series also was supposed to be kind of in between this gun and a Performance Center. It's not run through the Performance Center, I don't think, but it had Performance Center parts in it, I guess. So far, I couldn't really tell a difference. It's still the same aluminum frame, steel barrel, steel cylinder. So it's light where it can be, but it's got quality components where it counts. Even with the Pro Series, still had that heavy double action only trigger. Now this one I've noticed you can kind of, if you can see there, pull it back, kind of stage it. But like I had done with the Pro Series gun I would put a spring kit in here. Replace the hammer spring, rebound spring. I believe that's what they're called. Wilson Combat makes a great one. That's the one I chose. There's also Apex. There may be others out there too. But I would go with the Wilson. That's what I chose. Seemed to work good. Lightened up that trigger pull a little bit. Not super light. It was still like 8-9 pounds. Somewhere around there, but it made it a lot smoother, especially after, put a few hundred rounds through this. Now, in the year 2022, almost 23, why would someone want an antiquated J-frame revolver? Much like the 22 Taurus that I showed a few weeks ago, last week sometime. This is an all-steel gun, so it's considerably heavier. Great camping gun, tackle box gun. Backup, if you will. This would also serve that role tremendously. Yes, you do only have 5 shots, but it's a revolver. It's not picky. You could put the little CCI shot shells in here, or you could load it up to some heavy-duty 38 Special Plus P kind of stuff, and everything in between. So, versatility is the name of the game here. Another reason, you may live in a state with capacity restrictions, and if you can carry, something like this would be very discreet. I've got a pocket holster here from Micah's Pocket Holsters. Nice handmade leather holster. It's got some reinforcement up here. I've done a video on this. It's got some kind of tacky stuff around the side there. The gun sits down in there. Put that in your pocket, or even your waistband if you're just kind of walking around and your shorts or your waistband's tight enough. It'll hold it in there, similar to a sticky holster. But, you put that in your pocket and this thing just disappears. But you can still easily retrieve it if you need to. The sights, like most J-frames, leaves a lot to be desired. What I always thought was odd, on this one, they just put this notch in the rear, and then a blade ramped front sight. Now, if I were to carry this gun, I would probably put some orange paint or something on there just to kind of make it a little easier to see. But what's always kind of confused me, Smith & Wesson on their 22 and 22 Magnum versions of the J-frame put an excess big dot on there. Why wouldn't they do that on this? I guess you could say concealed carry, concealability, ease of the draw. That's not going to get snagged whatsoever. And that's true of this whole pistol. With having a shrouded hammer, everything's smooth, it's nice and small, but you can still get a good grip on there. And after you've put, a few cylinders through, done some testing, make sure it's going to work good. It doesn't get much more reliable than a revolver. But, in that same token, if it does jam up, you've got about a 14-ounce paperweight or rock here if you need to throw it. So that is one disadvantage to revolvers, aside from capacity, if that's something you're concerned about. Another, that cylinder there, if you are trying to conceal carry, that's your widest part, but generally it goes down into the waistband, so it's going to disappear pretty easily there as well. Especially if you get a good holster like that, it just kind of smooths it all out. And if you are looking at one of these, I personally would recommend this model here, the no lock model. I've known a lot of people that have carried the model with the lock, and some of their bigger guns do have a lock. That's just something else to possibly fail. There are delete kits out there, or ways to get rid of that lock if you so choose to do so, but probably going to void the warranty if you ever need that. So that's why I just chose, right from the get-go, start with the no lock model. So thanks for watching. As soon as I can get out to the range with this bad boy and this, we'll do kind of an update video. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Got something else coming up here that I'm excited to play with. If you're familiar with Night Vision optics, you might be familiar with this brand. I've not played with Night Vision very much, or at all. So I'm really excited to take a look at that. So stay tuned for that video. Now that it gets dark at like 5:30, it'll be a lot easier to do that one now, instead of having to film it at 10. Thanks for watching.